If you don't follow me on Nonsense Farm on Instagram, you might not know that we recently got cows. So today is the first day that I'm going to go over there and move them. We intend to use rotational grazing, but as it is February and there isn't a lot growing yet, we're not too worried about moving them every day because we're feeding them hay. But today I'm going to move them for the first time, and why don't you come along with me and we'll see how it goes. So my plan is to set up a single strand to contain them into, say, half of this area that we have them in, and then I'm going to take the poultry net that I have them in and curve it around the other direction. I've never used the IntelliBraid before from Premier One, and so I really don't know how to use it, but I guess we're about to find out. My goal is to set up this IntelliTwine, I think that's what's called, IntelliBraid, onto these to contain the cows in this part of the area, and then move the poultry net over and move them one space over. Now I'm probably going to have to call Premier One to get help because I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing. So here we go. Here's the end of it. I'm assuming that goes to the Energizer. So I'll leave it out. No. All right, so I'll leave that like that. I'm going to go string all the rest of these. Hi Gordon, my name is Kathy Banks, and I have an IntelliShock 60, and I have the IntelliBraid, is that the right one? So just the little single strand, and then pigtail posts. And so I have just a single thing set up, and I just have the end of the IntelliBraid in the little clip, the red clip that comes out of the Energizer. And now, of course, I just have a short length of it, and then the rest of the 660 feet or whatever is still on the reel that I have. So is it okay just to turn on this Energizer? Like, it's okay that what's on the reel is going to have electricity too? Okay, so that's how I'm supposed to do it. Okay, all right, just wanted to make sure before I did it. All right, thank you very much. All right, thanks. They're so nice at Premier One. I've had to call them for several things, and they're just the nicest people. All right, here goes nothing. All right. So do you notice how that's flashing green and red? That means the battery's getting low. So I'm gonna have to watch that. I may need to run an extension cord out here if this doesn't get charged up. So it'll be interesting to see if the cows challenge that single strand or not. Right now they're pretty enamored with the alfalfa pellets that I gave them. All right, the cows are all moved. It was fairly uneventful, and now I'm sitting here watching them eat hay. Every once in a while I scoot closer because I want them to get used to people. So while I'm sitting here, I thought I would explain to you why we have cows and how they came to be and whatnot. Now, they are not geographically on Nonsense Farm. They are here in the town where I live, and the reason is that the very nice lady who owns this land, it's the last open land in my town, she has been very helpful to me. When I was getting started with bees and chickens, she let me have them here on her land. She's always been very gracious and generous with me. Well, now she is selling this land to a person that's going to put homes on it, and they've kind of run crossways with the city council as far as rezoning it so that she can put houses on it. Right now it's open space. I don't know all the technicalities, but anyway, and she has an agricultural valuation with the county for tax purposes on here. And she has had donkeys, but you have to breed donkeys every year if they're going to count for agriculture. Anyway, so she called me one day and said, hey, I want you to put bees back on my land. And the thing is, this whole homes back up to this entire plot of land, and the neighbors are not nice. When I had just 4 colonies here before, I was getting calls all the time. People are just awful when you have bees around them. They're just so bad, and that's what made me had to move them. And not only that, I had 4 colonies here before. I would need to have 8 for it to count for her agricultural valuation. And not only that, I have a dozen out geographically at Nonsense Farm, and that's really all I can handle in terms of like the time that I have. So I thought about it, and I called her back, and I was like, hey, we are talking about getting cows. How about if we put the cows on your land instead? And so she went away and checked with the county and figured everything out and called me back and said, yeah, we would either need to have 2 big cows, adult cows, or 4 calves. And so that's what we're doing. It's here just like 3 minutes from my house. The son of a friend who just got out of the Army is helping me with them, so that I've got somebody who's here when I'm out of town. And so that's been a lot of fun getting to know him better. And so right now we're just trying to learn ourselves, get them used to the electric fence, just figure out what's going on with them. So today I moved them from one area of the pasture to the next. I want to do rotational grazing with them. You can Google that term if you want to know what I'm talking about. And so hopefully the grass on this field is going to start growing here because they eat a lot of hay, and hay is not free. So there's that. Yeah. Final step before I leave. Turn the Energizer back on. Flashing green, that's good. And then to test the fence. 8.2, 9.7, there we go. Excellent, it's good and hot.